two teams, one goal, and State College awaits the winner. We welcome you on MCTV. I'm Aiden Stevens, and we welcome you to round one of the District 6 playoff game here between the Altoona Mountain Lions and the Mifflin County Huskies. Hello, everybody. My name's Aiden Stevens, and for the first time, and I think I can name a long time, we will be live streaming a Huskies district playoff game. This one's going to be against Altoona. The winner of this goes to play State College Wednesday, May 21st. So that's in 6 days' time, just under a week. Gives these players some nice rest time. Nonetheless, I'm Aiden Stevens. We welcome you all to MCTV. Altoona, my apologies, is the 2 seed, so they will be the home team here. This game was scheduled for Altoona. It got moved to Claysburg-Kimmel instead, around a 15-20-minute drive from Altoona. So it's a home game, but it's not a home game at the same time. On the mound today for the Huskies will be Grady Hopple. Through the opening game between these two teams on April 1st, went 4 innings, allowed 1 hit and 1 run in the 6-2 Huskies win. And the second game between these two at Capoliez Field, the Huskies dropped that one, a 3-1 final score. Altoona spoiled opening day at the brand new baseball field, winning that one 3-1. So we're split at 1 apiece here between these two teams. The rubber match when we return live on MCTV. Huskies, Mountain Lions when we return. Coaches meeting here at home plate. We have a different scenery here today as we're in the outfield here at Claysburg-Kimmel. I'd like to point out how this is not your average baseball diamond. In the outfield, as I'm going to zoom out here, show you, we have the football field. You're live to the facilities down there. That is, my apologies, trying to make sure. Right there is the foul pole, only 300 feet down the lines each way. Sun's going to be from the first base side. So we should have a good one on our hands here tonight. State College awaits the winner of this one. Coaches walk away for their dugouts. Huskies will be the away team in this one. One of the, I guess, bad parts of being out in the outfield, we will not be able to show you the scoreboard. So I'll do my best to keep up with you guys. I can't see it from where I am either. But it should be a great game. Altoona, Mifflin County, Evan Strohecker will be presumably leading it off for the Huskies today. I wouldn't find any reason to switch up the order heading into the playoffs. Huskies have dropped their last 4 games of the season. You'd have to go back to the doubleheader a week and a day ago versus Cumberland Valley to see their last win. But other than that, their last District 6 win was at State College Saturday, May 3rd. And their win against Altoona, you'll have to go back about a month later. Huskies scored 4 in the top half of the 4th to win that game over Altoona. Altoona's going to be taking the field here. And by the looks of it, it'll be number 22 on the mound for Altoona. That'll be Ryan McConnell. If we go back to McConnell's last outing, his last outing was against Hollidaysburg. He went 2/3 of an inning to close the game, allowed no hits, and had a strikeout. This might be a bullpen game for the Mountain Lions. You'd have to go back to is Altoona versus Du Bois. Altoona won the game 4-1. McConnell had 3.1 innings pitched, 3 1/3. Had 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 4 strikes. On the mound today for the Huskies will be Grady Hopple. Sun's going to set here as we're going to be under the lights at Claysburg. Kimmel leading off for the Huskies looks to be Evan Strohecker. Round 1 of the District 6 playoffs will be underway here in a matter of seconds. MCTV's first ever Huskies District game we streamed, or at least it's been a long time. It'll be a good one. Both dugouts getting loud here. Evan Strohecker steps into the plate. Here comes the first pitch. It's going to take ball 1. That one's going to be hit to, or it'll be, sorry, my apologies, went to the first baseman, out number 1. Sun's going to be a little hard to see the ball for both the outfielders and myself. Lincoln Rubel now stepping up to the plate, right-handed hitting. Plays third base. So it'll be McAllister versus Rubel. Here comes the 0-0. Rubel will take strike 1. It'll be an 0-1 count with 1 out in the top half of the first. This game was relocated to Claysburg. Kimmel from Altoona. Here comes the 0-1. Rubel will foul back and falls behind quickly, 0-2. Huskies scored 6 in their win on April 1st against Altoona. Scored 1 in the loss. Here comes the 0-2 to Rubel. Rubel's going to foul it back and he'll stay alive. Altoona scored 2 runs in the loss to the Huskies on April 1st. And on April 23rd, Altoona scored 3, and it was enough for the win. Callister on the mound. Here comes the 0-2 to Rubel. Rubel takes ball 1. It'll be a 1-2 count. Big game feel. It's a win or go home. The 1-2 to Rubel. Rubel's going to hit that one down the first base line, go out of play, and we'll stay at 1-2. Rubel's fighting hard here early with 1 out in the top half of the first. Second batter of the game. Here comes the 1-2 to Rubel. Rubel's going to foul it off, and he'll stay alive once more. McConnell set back on the plate. Or on the mound, my apologies. Rubel at the plate. The 1-2 once more to Rubel. Rubel's going to foul it off again. Ever since falling behind 0-2 has taken 1 ball, and other than that, it's been foul balls for every pitch. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat to Rubel. McConnell set the pitch. Takes outside. It'll be a 9-pitch at-bat. Running up the pitch count early could kill your game plan heading into the game. Here comes the 2-2 to Rubel. Rubel takes inside, count goes full. Full count. McConnell's 10th pitch of the at-bat. The payoff pitch to Rubel. Rubel fouls it back, and we'll do it once more. This is what you love to see, this type of fight. A big at-bat early in this game. 11th pitch from McConnell to Rubel. Takes inside, and Lincoln Rubel draws an 11-pitch walk. What a way to start this game. Strohecker grounded out the first. Jaden Smith now comes up to the plate. Smith at the plate. Rubel at first. Here comes the first pitch. Take strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 to Smith. Smith gets a hold of one. That'll go foul out of the first base. Behind the first base dugout. Smith quickly behind 0-2. Rubel battled back for 10 extra pitches, drew a walk. Smith trying to do something similar here. McConnell on the mound. Rubel at first. Smith at the plate, the 0-2. Smith takes outside. It'll be a 1-2 count. Here comes the 1-2. Smith takes low. It'll be a 2-2 count. McConnell had 4 walks in his last start, won an inning and 3 innings and a third. Rubel takes his lead at first. Smith at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The 2-2. Smith's going to get a hold of one. That's going to get down in the right field gap for a single. Rubel's going to go from first to third. And the Huskies have runners on the corners with 1 out. Landon Haig coming up to the plate. Had some wrist problems earlier in the season. Looks to be okay. Has a new bat for this game as well. I believe it's the Cat 10 if I'm not mistaken. Smith at first, Rubel at third. Haig at the plate. Huskies looking to take the lead early in this first inning of the District 6 semifinal game. We'll swing through that one, and we'll be behind 0-1. This will be the 20th pitch for McConnell this inning. First and third, one out, top of the first. Here comes the 0-1 to Haig. Haig takes ball one. And it'll be ones across the board if I'm not mistaken. No, it'll take strike two. My apologies. Hard to tell exactly where it is. Here comes the 0-2 to Haig. Takes outside. It'll be 1-2. It's the last three batters that McConnell's been ahead 0-2. But the last two have gotten on base. The 1-2 to Haig. Smith's going to take off. He'll foul it back. We'll do it again. Huskies looking to try and get the bats going early. A great chance to score here. Here comes the 1-2 to Haig. Haig takes one in the dirt. Runners stay put. It'll be a 2-2 count. Smith at first, Rubel at third. 2-2 pitch to Haig. Haig takes high and in. Count goes full. McConnell obviously frustrated on the mound. He's had the last three batters ahead 0-2. Rubel drew a walk. Smith had a single on a 1-2 count. Counts full once again. Smith takes an extra step. Pickoff in there safely. The 3-2 to Haig. McConnell set the pitch. Haig's going to chop one down the third base line. It'll be foul, and we'll do it again. In the right center corner, it's 407 feet. Left center corner, it's around 380. Down the line is 300, and where we're sitting, 340 feet away from home plate. The full count pitch to Haig once more. Haig's going to foul it back. We'll do it again. This will be McConnell's 27th pitch of the inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the first. McConnell looks back at Smith. The 3-2 once more. Haig's going to hit it to short. This is a great chance for 2, 6, 4, 3, and got the double play and leaves the runner stuck on third. When we return, bottom of the first action from Claysburg, Kimmel live on MCTV. We welcome you back to MCTV Baseball District 6 semifinals game between the Huskies and the Mountain Lions. Huskies had a runner on first and third with one out, grounded into a double play, and now Altoona has all of the momentum with Grady Hopple on the mound. Grady threw 4 innings, allowed 1 hit and 1 run against Altoona in the win earlier this season. So we're going to get ready to start the bottom of the first. It'll be Alexander in right, Strohecker in center, Alexander in left. Takes ball 1, Strohecker in center, Plank in right. It'll be Smith at first. Here comes the 1-0 from Weaver. Takes strike 1. Weaver will be playing second. Ammon playing short, Rubel third, Lepley behind the plate. Takes the off speed. And it'll be a 2-1 count to Albright. Here comes the 2-1. Takes inside. It'll be a 3-1 count. Here comes the 3-1 from Grady Hopple. Takes strike 2. Count goes full. Hopple, Albright. The first batter of the bottom of the first. The 3-2 from Hopple. That one's going to get hit up the middle for a base hit. And Altoona gets a 3-2 hit of their own after the Huskies got one in the top half of the first. Hopple has allowed as many hits as he did in the opening start on April 1st. That propelled the Huskies. That was the second game of the season. Now coming up to the plate will be LaRocco. Runner on first. First pitch. Looks to pull down a bunt. Throw down to first. They got him out at first. Easton Lepley with the throw down. And it'll be 1 up, 1 down technically. Wasn't expecting the throw back there. Nice heads up play by Easton Lepley. Throw it down, and that's why he's one of the best catchers in District 6. Take strike 1. Or strike 2, sorry. Here comes the 0-2 from Hopple. Takes outside, it'll be a 1-2 count. One-two count, 1 out, bottom of the first. Lepley with the pickoff. That one's crushed. Right field going back is Alexander. It's foul by about 3 feet. And that was a near heart attack for the Huskies. It's one of the dynamics of playing here at Claysburg-Kimmel baseball field. The foul poles are 300 feet each. So got a hold of that one, just went foul. It'll be a 1-2 count still. The 1-2 from Hopple. That one's going to be hit our way. Strohecker giving chase. Makes the second out of the inning. Evan Strohecker, the leadoff hitter for the Huskies. Now batting for Altoona. Here comes the 0-0. That's going to be low and away for ball 1. And Tanner Straub. Straub threw 2 innings in the second game to start. Allowed 1 earned run. Came out of the game after that. Here comes the 1-0. Swings through that. It'll be a 1-1 count. The 1-1 to Straub. Straub plays center field. Takes low. It'll be a 2-1 count. Altoona missed the lead by about 5 feet. Foul off of the Rocco. Deep swing. That's going to be taken low. And it'll be a walk, for Tanner Strout. Hopple loves to throw pickoffs. We've seen that all season. Won't be shocked if he throws some more here. Here comes the first pitch. Speak of the devil. Pickoff in there safely. Strout takes his lead at first. Takes an off speed for strike. Strike one, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. I believe it was called a ball. Pickoff attempt in there safely. Smearman up to the plate. Went around for strike one. 1-1 count with 2 outs. Pickoff in there safely. Runner on first. 2 outs. The 1-1 to Smearman. It's going to be low in the dirt, blocked by Lepley. And it'll be a 2-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Stealing, throw down to second, in time for the out. They call him safe. Unbelievable call there. As that one, I'm going back to look at that one after the game, maybe even during the break of the inning. So Strout now at second after the missed call. That one's going to be hit to short. Ammon looks, throws over to first, gets the 4th out of the inning. When we return, top of the second action, live on MCTV. We're scoreless after one here live on MCTV. I'm Aiden Stevens. Huskies had 2 on base last time with runners on first and third with 1 out in the inning. We'll take strike one. Here comes the 0-1. That one's going to be hit down the line. Foul. We welcome you to round one of the District 6 baseball playoffs. I'm Aiden Stevens. MCTV is what you're watching. That one's going to be hit. Dribbler to second base. Fielded cleanly. Throws over to first for the first out of the inning. One up, one down. Ty Plank now steps up to the plate. We'll take ball one. Here comes the 1-0. It's going to get hit foul right and back into the Husky dugout. Nearly hits Madden Weaver. Ducks out of the way. That'll be ones across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out in the top half of the second. Here comes the pitch to Plank. Fouls it off once again over by the first base side. Be a 1-2 count. Win or go home situation for both of these teams. Comes the 1-2. Takes low. It'll be a 2-2 count. This is all the farther the camera zooms in, guys. My apologies. Here comes the 2-2. Plank's going to foul it or drop third strike. Gonna try and run it out the play at first. In there safely as the ball gets away. Now the Huskies have a base runner. Huskies had somewhat of a rally in the top half of the first with 1 out. Was down 0-2 with 1 out. Rallied back with a runner on first and third with 1 out. Smith had a single. Rubel had a walk. Haig grounded into a double play to end the top half of the first. Madden Weaver steps up to the plate, playing second base today. Takes strike 1 on the outside part of the zone. Tanner Straub just in frame. That one's going to get hit by the second baseman. It'll get down for a single. Safe everywhere. And the Huskies have a runner on first and second with 1 out in the top of the second. Plank on second. Weaver on first. Takes low for ball 1. At the plate for the Huskies. Number 22, Logan Alexander, on a clean game shutout against State College, which the winner awaits of this one. State College awaits the winner of this. That's going to be outside. 2-0 count to the left fielder. Plank on second. Tying his shoe. Weaver at first with a single. Plank reached on a drop third strike. Here comes the 2-0 to Alexander. Takes inside. 3-0 count. Lepley on deck for the Huskies. Here comes the 3-0 to Alexander. take strike one. Three one. That'll get chopped through the gap. They're going to send Plank around from third to home. The play at the plate. He is safe. And the Huskies lead 1-0 in the top half of the second. An RBI single from Logan Alexander. They sent Plank from second. And just like that, the Huskies lead, and we're going to have a pitching change possibility. When we return, Huskies still looking to add on to this 1-0 lead live on MCTV Baseball. McConnell is done after 40 pitches. Having a pitcher change here with Easton Lepley on deck for the Huskies. So it'll be Weaver at third, Alexander at first, and it'll be Eric McAllister on the mound for the Mountain Lions. On the corners, 1 out. Huskies lead by 1 and looking to add on to some more. Here comes the 0-0 to Lepley. Lepley's going to foul it back. It'll be a 0-1 count to the catcher. Strohecker on deck for the Huskies. Here comes the 0-1. Lepley, a junior. It's going to be I believe Lepley called time for that. It looked like he signaled for a balk at first. Will stay the same. First and third. Weaver at third, Alexander at first. Lepley's going to take high. It'll be ones across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. In the top half of the second for the second time this inning. Alexander takes his lead at first. Lepley gets a hold of one up. Foul out of play over the third base dugout. It'll be a 1-2 count. If you're just joining us, we welcome you all to MCTV District 6 Playoff Baseball. Mountain Lions and Huskies. Winner, State College awaits the winner of this one next Wednesday in 6 days' time. Here comes the 1-2 to Lepley. Runner's going to take off for second. That's going to be low in the dirt. No throw down, and the Huskies now have 2 in scoring position. Weaver at third, Alexander at second, Lepley at the plate. 2-2 count with 1 out. McAllister is set. Here comes the pitch. Lepley's going to chop it to short. They're going to throw it over to first in time for the out, and the Huskies add on a second run with a 2-0 lead in the top half of the second. Runner on third, Strohecker at the plate. Went 0 for 1 with a line out to first base. Strohecker takes the first pitch low and inside for ball 1. Third baseman playing towards the corner. Here comes the 1-0 to Strohecker. Takes low, it'll be 2-0. Strohecker has some of the best plate vision and contact I've seen in the Commonwealth this season. Still hitting around that 400 mark on the year. One of the best in the Commonwealth. Takes outside, it'll be 3-0. Rubel on deck. Strohecker going to be in auto take mode here in the 3-0 pitch. It's Tanner Stroup. Walks right in front of the bottom of the screen. Auto take mode right down the middle will be a 3-1 count. 3-1 count is where Weaver got his hit, scored on the fielder's choice. Here comes the 3-1 to Strohecker. Calls time. Very late. It's the second straight batter that's done that. Runner on third, 2 already in the inning, 2 out. Strohecker's set. The 3-1, that's going to be high and away. And it'll be runners on the corners with 2 outs for Lincoln Rubel. Huskies have not had a come-from-behind win this season. Every win they've gotten, they've scored the first run, and most of the times they never look back. Strohecker has speed at first. Going to take off on the first pitch. That's going to be low and away. No throw down, and the Huskies have 2 more in scoring once again. Smith on deck if we get there. Rubel had a 12-pitch at bat with McConnell. Rubel takes low. It'll be 2-0. We're 340 feet away from home plate in dead center. McAllister's set. The 2-0 to Lincoln Rubel. Takes strike 1. That'll be a 2-1 count with 2 outs to the third baseman. 2 in scoring position. Huskies looking to add on some more. Here comes the 2-1. We will take strike 2. And it'll be 2s across the board. Top half of the second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 in scoring position, and 2 already in the inning. It's a lot of 2s. Number 22's on third base. That's going to be called a strike 3 at the head. And Huskies take the lead in the top half of the second with a 2-run, but they left 2 in scoring position. When we return, bottom half of the second inning, Altoona trying to take back, possibly tie the game, and maybe take back the lead live on MCTV Baseball. Altoona trying to erase the 2-run lead the Huskies got in the top half of the inning. This will be the end of someone's season. Hopple with a curveball throw, strike one. That one's going to be hit first base. Nice play by Smith. Gets the first out of the inning. And the sun finally rests behind a cloud. Now we can finally show off this beautiful facility here at Claysburg Kimmel High. Located in dead center field is the sun. I personally like the look of this field at night without a sun, but as soon as I say that, it comes back out. Takes ball one outside. That one's going to be hit foul towards the Altoona dugout. It'll be a 1-1 count with one out. One's across the board. Altoona trying to get the rally started. Take strike two. It'll be a 1-2 count to the Mountain Lions. Here comes the 1-2. He struck him out swinging on a curveball for the second out of the bottom of the second. Two outs, bottom of the second. That one's going to be hit down the shortstop, throw over to first. In time to end the inning. Altoona does not like the call. They're going to review about it with the official, or the two umpires going to talk about it. Huskies already going to the dugout. Staying at first base, we'll see what the call is. They're going to call him safe, and that might be what Altoona needs to start the rally. Evan Strohacker made the run to the dugout. Now has to make the long run back out to midfield, I guess we'll call it, in center field. Center field or midfield, I don't know. It's on a football field. Call it whatever you want. Center of the outfield. That's what we'll call it, as Hopple threw his ball one high. And he was out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Called the runner at first. Safe. Runner takes an extra step at first. Hopple throws the pickoff in there safely. It's now for mine and outfielder's eyes. This sun needs to set quickly. Can barely see the camera, but I'm trying my best here in round 1 of the District 6 playoffs. Takes strike one, or swings through it, I should say. It'll be a 1-1 count to Spies. Pickoff in there safely. We've seen all season Grady Hopple loves to throw the pickoff. Swings through that. It'll be a 1-2 count. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Spies. Pickoff in there safely. This is all the further the camera can zoom in if you're just joining us. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to get hit. Shallow second base. Weaver giving chase. Loses it, and the sun makes the catch, though. And for the third time, the Huskies get the out in the bottom of the second. Huskies lead by 2 after 2 when we return third inning action live on MCTV Baseball. cut the microphone off that now.
Is it off? Yeah. They threw me out, so I had to come out here. So.
They threw you out.
Yeah, I got thrown out. He told me one more word, and I laughed at him and threw me out.
We welcome you all to top of the third action. That one's going to get by on the opening pitch of the inning, and it'll be a single for Jaden Smith to start the top of the third. Smith has 2 singles on the day already in the top of the third. Pickoff gets away. Smith wants to go, but coach calls him back just to be safe. Haig grounded into a double play to end the top half of the first. Smith takes his lead at first once more. Goes off on the first pitch. Looked to go off. He'll go back. Had the jump like he was going to go. Goes back. And it'll be an 0-1 count to Landon Haig. Smith at first. Swings through that. And Haig behind quickly. Pitch to Haig. Outside, it'll be a 1-2 count. This will be the 20th pitch for McAllister. Here comes the 1-2 to Haig. Haig takes on the outside part of the plate. And it'll be a 2-2 count with no outs in the top of the third. Smith at first. All turf field here at Claysburg Kimmel High School. Here comes the 2-2. Haig fouls it back. We'll do it again. You're watching round 1 of the District 6 PIAA state or district playoffs. 2-seeded Altoona taking on the 3-seeded Huskies. If the Huskies were to sweep Cedar Cliff on Monday, takes outside, count goes full. Huskies were to sweep Cedar Cliff, we would not be playing today. We would have been playing next Wednesday, where State College awaits the winner of this one. Count is full. Smith might be off and going. The 3-2 pitch to Haig for the second different at bat. Haig pops it up, giving chase. Catches it for the first out of the inning. One out. Smith at first. Smith takes an extra step. Smith's going to nearly take off for second. We'll take strike 1. It's the left-handed hitter of, I believe that's Ammon. I'm not 100% sure. I will get a name for you guys momentarily. My apologies. It's really tough to see. Smith takes off for second. Throw down off the marks. He's in there safely. Bag comes off. Smith absolutely flew into second base, knocking the bag off. It's place. Yeah, it is Ammon at the plate. Smith on second with 1 out. In the top of the third, Huskies lead by 2, looking to add on some more. Ammon takes low. It'll be a 1-1 count. Or 1-2 count. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Ammon. Ammon swings through that, and he'll go down swinging. With Plank on deck, has a chance to add on another. 2 out, runner on second. That'll be Smith. reached on a single, stole second. McAllister trying to minimize the damage as much as possible. Here come the 0-0. That one's going to get hit, dribbled down the first base line. Covers first, is out. That'll end the top of the third inning. Smith reaches on a single. Other than that, it's 3 up, 3 down for the Huskies. When we return, bottom of the third inning action, Altoona trying to crawl back into this game live on MCTV Baseball. Grady Hopple has thrown 2 shutout innings, looking to add on to some more here in the bottom of the third. Here comes the first pitch from Hopple. That one's going to get fouled back out of play, and it'll be an 0-1 count. If you're just joining us, welcome to District 6 semifinals here. Will throw strike 2. Hopple's ahead 0-2 here to start the bottom of the third. Here comes the 0-2 to Hopple, or from Hopple. That one's going to get hit foul out of play down the first base line. We'll do it again. In the second at-bat of the game, Lincoln Rubel, the third baseman, was down 0-2. He battled for 10 pitches, drew a walk, got all the way to third, didn't score via a double play. But that's how much it means to both of these teams. The fight. Here comes the 0-2 from Hopple. That one's going to get fouled back. We'll do it once more. The foul balls are showing how much every at-bat means in this game. You only get 21 outs. If you're the home team, you might only get 18. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to hit up the middle just off the glove of Grady Hopple, and it'll reach for an a single up the middle just off the glove of Hopple. Runner will stay at first. So that's how we start the bottom of the third. Got right past Weaver at second. Top of the order now comes up. Hopple is set on the mound. Runner on first. Altoona has 1 stolen base on the day already. Curveball will be taken for strike 1. Pickoff attempt in there safely. Runner on first, no outs, tying run at the plate. Takes strike 1. Pickoff in there safely. Hopple on the mound. Here comes the pitch. Takes high. It'll be a 1-2 count. Albright at the plate, top of the order. Sun falls behind the cloud once more. Other than that, there's not really a cloud in sight. Pickoff in safely. Here comes the 1-2. That one's going to get popped up right side of the infield, Rubel. Ammon's going to call for it. Catches it for the first out of the bottom of the third. Runner on first. Here comes the two-hitter up to the plate. That one swings through strike one. That's quickly behind 0-1. LaRocco nearly had a homer in the bottom of the first, just went about 10 feet foul, if that. And that could have changed completely how this game goes. 0-1 now to LaRocco. Outside for ball one. It'll be ones across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. With a runner on first. Tying run at the plate. We've seen LaRocco's power. If he can straighten it out, we have a tie game. Pickoff attempt in there safely. We've seen today how much the Grady Hopple throws pickoffs, and we've seen that all in his senior year so far. Runner at first. Takes low and away for ball 2. Pickoff in there safely. No tag by Smith. Hopple slowing things down, going his pace. Double play ends the inning. Takes high. It'll be a 3-1 count. Here comes the 3-1. Hopple steps off. The 3-1 to LaRocco. That one's going to get hit up the middle. Diving stop by the second baseman will be safe everywhere. It'll be first and second with 1 out in the bottom of the third. Tanner Strapp comes up to the plate with the biggest at-bat of the game so far. 2 on, 1 out, down by 2. Straub 0 for 0 on the day, reached on a walk. A walk would walk the bases loaded. Here comes the 0-0 from Hopple. Gonna say he went around for strike 1. Straub behind 0-1 early. Straub swings through strike 2. These two battled versus each other for the Huskies' second game of the season. The 0-2 blocked by Lepley. It'll be a 1-2 count. This will be Hopple's 50th pitch of the game. The 1-2. Looks back at second. Looks back a second time. The pitch. He struck him out looking on a fastball on the outside part of the plate. And there's going to be 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Here comes the first pitch. Takes outside for ball 1. Smearman comes up to the plate 0 for 1 on the day. 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the third. Huskies lead by 2, but the tying run's at first. Smearman's going to get a hold of one. That'll be caught by Ammett at shortstop to end the bottom of the third. We're 3 up, 3 down, 4 to go, live on MCTV Baseball. We welcome you back to MCTV Live Playoff Baseball, where the Huskies lead by 2 entering the top half of the 4th. Winner of this plays State College in 6 days' time. Weaver steps up to the plate playing second base today. Takes inside for ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 to Weaver. Swings through strike 1. And it'll be a 1-1 count to the second baseman. Grady Hopple usually plays second base, pitching today, so he's unable to. Hopple takes low. It'll be a 2-1 count. If you're just joining us, this is all the farther the camera zooms in. We apologize for that. Sun is setting into the mountains beneath us. Takes strike 2 on the outside part of the plate. It'll be 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs to start the 4th inning. Takes outside. Count goes full. Three balls, 2 strikes to the second baseman to start the top of the 4th. The 3-2. Weaver checks, swings, fouls it off. We'll do it again. Count is full. Weaver defending the zone. The 3-2. Weaver fouls it off again. Huskies are so good in 2-count approaches, or 2-strike approaches, I should say. So they foul off the strikes, take the balls, and work their way into a hitter's count. The 3-2 once more. Takes outside, and Madden Weaver starts the top of the 4th with a hard-fought walk. Alexander now steps up to the plate. Through against State College, complete game shutout. In the last District 6 win, takes ball low. It'll be a 1-0 count. Here comes the 1-0 to Alexander. Takes high and in for ball 2. Dugout cheering on Alexander. The 2-0. Takes strike 1. Down the line is 300 feet. The length of the football field, that is the outfield. Here comes the 2-1. That one's hit right field, giving chase. Makes the first out of the inning. Nice contact there by Alexander. Just didn't have enough life. That'll be the first out of the top of the 4th inning. Lepley now steps up to the plate. Swings through strike 1. Catcher goes down 0-1 early. Pickoff in there standing as the glare really shows when you go back over to first base. Here comes the pitch. Takes low. That'll be a once across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here comes the 1-1 to Lepley. Popped up center field. Straup giving chase right in front of us. Reels it in for the second out of the inning. Glare got right in the way there. You can see the sun about to set here in about, I'd say, an inning and a half's time. So we're going to finish this one under the lights as Evan Strohacker tries to keep the inning alive. If not, it'll be 2-3-4 duo for the Huskies in the top half of the 5th. Runner's going to go for second. The throw down, there is none. And Weaver steals second. That one was in the dirt. 1-0 count to the leadoff hitter. Weaver's going to go on any contact, 2 outs. Here comes the 1-0 to Strohacker. Strohacker's going to pop it up out of play. Foul down the third base line. It'll be a 1-1 count. 2 outs. Runner on second. Huskies scored 2 in the top half of the second. That's all the scoring it's been. The 1-1 to Strohacker. Takes outside for strike 2. Must have got a corner of the zone. Here comes the 1-2. Strohacker's going to hit that one. Might bloop down into right field. It does. They're going to send the runner home. And Evan Strohacker's going to advance to second with an RBI single. And the Huskies now lead 3-0. After Strohacker's, that's what he's been so good at this season. Blooping it down into the gap between the outfielders and the infielders. That usually hits them more towards center, but that one just did enough. And Strohacker on second with 2 outs and an RBI. Talking to Strohacker a little bit just before we went live. I was going to talk to him about that. That one's going to be hit center field. Strout giving trace. Makes the 3rd out of the inning. Huskies add on another. When we return, the Altoona needs to do something here, or the Huskies might run away with it. Live on MCTV Baseball. reality starts to set in for Altoona. They need to score soon. Hopple still on the mound for the Huskies. First pitch. Takes strike one off the off speed. So that sun is finally starting to set. Takes low and outside for ball one. One count. Takes strike two on the outside part of the plate. Very similar to the ball. This time he got the call. It'll be a 1-2 count. Hopple deals the 1-2. He struck him out on a high and away fastball. Another one for Grady Hopple. Here comes the first pitch. Curveball. Lots of break there for strike one. Swings through strike two. And Grady is dealing so far to start the fourth inning. Here comes the 0-2. He struck him out. 3 pitches, 2 batters, 2 strikeouts to start the bottom of the fourth. Takes low and away for ball one. Grady Hopple has found a rhythm here. Went 6 2/3 inning against Chambersburg. That one's going to be hit right center field, giving chase. Alexander reels in the third out of the inning, and Grady Hopple is through 4 when we return. 5th inning action live on MCTV Baseball. We welcome you all to the 5th inning here live on MCTV Baseball. District 6 semifinal game. The winner of State College awaits the winner of this one Wednesday to decide us a District 6 champion. Altoona is the 2 seed, Mifflin County the 3 seed. It'll be Smith leading us off with Haig on deck. Smith 2 for 2 on the day. Takes ball one outside. Here comes the 1-0 to Smith. Smith gets a hold of one, crushes it foul down the first base line. That glare is still terrible to look over at. Smith swings through strike two. Here comes the 1-2 to Smith. 2 for 2 on the day. That's going to be in the dirt. Smith 2 for 2 on the day has worked himself into a 2-2 count. Here comes the 2-2. Smith gets hit in the arm, and he goes down. Let's hope he's okay. Coach Hopple, Coach Leisner go to check on him immediately. Got him right in the elbow. Let's hope he's okay. We're going to take a break with him live on MCTV. Actually, he's getting up right now. Smith missed time earlier in the season. Last Monday, got ejected from, not a couple days ago Monday, last week, and then some more Monday. Got ejected from a Mechanicsburg game after the last pitch before a rain delay was a 2-run home run. Huskies dropped that game 11-7 after getting picked up a week ago to the date. They're going to look out at Smith's elbow. He missed some time late in the season. He's a big addition for the Huskies at first base. If I had to guess, I'd assume they put Reese Christine. He played first whenever Smith was gone on his leave, I guess we'll say. Smith looks to be okay and walking it off. And receives applause from both crowds here. Smith at first. No outs. Top of the fifth. Huskies lead by 3. Haig's going to pop it foul. Just got underneath that one. It'll be an 0-1 count to Landon Haig. Claysburg Kimmel played before the Huskies and the Mountain Lions did today. They won their game 9-0. It was 1-0 entering the bottom of the fourth. They exploded the game after that. Haig's going to foul back the second straight pitch and falls behind 0-2. Smith at first. Haig at the plate. Rounded into a double play last time. Struck out. The last time. Takes high. It's 1-2 now. Here comes the 1-2 to Haig. Haig takes high and in. It'll be a 2-2 count. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Haig. Swings through strike 3. That'll be the first out of the top of the fifth. Now batting Clay Ammon. Struck out at his last plate appearance. Takes high and away. Nice job by the catcher to get to that one. It'll be a 1-0 count. Here comes the 1-0 pickoff in there safely. So that glare is terrible by the first base side. I apologize. Nothing really we can do about that for about another inning or so. Maybe a half inning. Here comes 1-0. That'll be taken outside. It'll be a 2-0 count. District 6 playoffs. Mountain Lions and Huskies. Here comes the 2-0. High and away. That's going to go off the glove. This time he can't catch it. Smith will take second standing. Smith's second stolen base of the game. Here comes the 3-0 to Ammon. Takes outside, and it'll be a 4-pitch walk with Ty Plank coming up to the plate. Smith at second. So I believe we're going to have a pinch runner here. Coach Hopple and the umpire are going to be talking. Looks like Joel Beamer's going to pinch run here for the Huskies. With one out in the top of the fifth, we might have a pitching change or just a mound visit. We're going to take a break with them live on MCTV. Aaron Smearman comes into the game for relief as the sun is just starting to go down behind the mountain. First and second, that one's going to be on high and in. Would have hit Plank in the head had he not ducked. Going to be a 1-0 count. Here comes the pitch. Swings through strike one. First and second, 1 out for the right fielder. Plank could open this game up in the 5th inning. Huskies lead by 3. Plank swings on the off speed. It'll be a 1-2 count. Looks like Coach Hopple and Plank are going to have a talk here. This must be a timeout that Coach Hopple called himself there. Don't see that a lot. Coach leaves his third base batter's box spot to come talk to the player. 2-1, 1-2 count. Smith on second. Beamer on first, pinch running. Plank gets a hold of one. Up, popped up, giving chase. Out of play. We'll do it again. Here comes the 1-2 from Smearman once more. Plank's going to foul it off. We'll do it once more. Smearman trying to bring some life to Altoona. Here comes the 1-2 once again. Plank's going to foul it off once again. For the third straight 1-2 pitch, he's fouled it off. Smith at second, Beamer at first, pinch running. Huskies lead by 3, and a 1-2 count in the top of the 5th. Winner goes to play State College next Wednesday in 6 days' time. Fully rested team for both sides. Now here comes the 1-2. Takes strike 3 on the outside corner. And there will be 2 down in the top of the 5th. Now batting Madden Weaver. Strap leading the outfield. Here telling him what to do. Where to be. Takes strike 1 with a fastball on the outside part of the plate. You could see Strap directing the defense here. So we look on back to the fight at the plate. Takes low. It'll be a 1-1 count. Smearman just missed where he wanted to throw. It's been 2 balls. Other than that, it's been all strikes and foul balls. First and second, 2 outs. Takes outside. Be a 2-1 count. Alexander's on deck. He has an RBI on the day. Takes strike 2. It'll be a 2-2 count with 2 outs on the top of the 5th. Here comes the 2-2 to Weaver. Weaver's going to foul it back. He'll stay alive. Strout moving more and more towards the left side of the diamond. As soon as I say that, moves back. Takes high. Count will be full, and the runners will go off. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Smith and Beamer will take off. The payoff pitch. Fouls back, gets the umpire. We'll do it again. Smearman and the catcher having a talk, knowing that this could be a big time momentum at bat as the lights turn on here at Claysburg-Kimmel High. Not exactly sure what the field name would be called, since it's also at the football field. Runners will be off. Smith at second, Beamer at first, Weaver at the plate. Here comes the 3-2 pitch, the payoff to keep the 5th inning alive or to end it. We'll do it again. Here comes the 3-2. Runners take off again. Takes outside. Strike 3 will be called, and that'll end the 5th inning. Altoona tries to get the bats going when we return live on MCTV. We welcome you back to MCTV. Spesse is going to lead us off. Take strike one with a low fastball from Grady Hopple. Curveball taken for strike two. Here comes the 0-2 from Hopple. He struck him out. Dropped third strike. Lepley can't find it, and he'll beat it out at first. An unlucky play there for the Huskies. The 9-hitter comes up to the plate. Huskies lead by 3. Lights are on here at Claysburg Kimmel as day turns to night. Fouls off a curveball. Looked to be a little high and in for my liking as a hitter. That'll be strike one. So I guess Hopple he struck him out, but it got away. It'll be a strikeout, advances. Here comes the 0-1 from Hopple. Takes low and away. That'll be a 1-1 count with a runner on first. That one's going to be hit up to Weaver. The 4-6-3 double play. It'll be 2 out in the bottom of the 5th. And Altoona cannot believe the call at first. The fans can't believe it. The players can't believe it. Altoona's coach and the umpire are going to have a discussion here. So many plays could have gone different for either team. Takes ball one, or strike one, my apologies. It's going to be high for ball one. Or 2-0, my apologies. I was right the first time. Never second guess yourself. Always go with your gut. That's the advice of the day. That's going to be high. It'll be a 3-0. Hopple's pitch count getting up into the high 60s. I believe that was pitch 70 right there. Here comes the 3-0. Takes strike one. Hopple trying to work his way back in this batter. Here comes the 3-1. Takes strike two. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th inning. The payoff pitch. That one's going to get fouled back. We'll do it again. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The payoff from Grady Hopple. That one's going to get hit to short. Ammon's going to field it to throw over to first in time for the 3rd out of the inning. When we return, 2 more innings of baseball live on MCTV. We welcome you back to sixth inning action here in District 6 PIAA playoffs. Huskies lead by 3, trying to get some insurance. Takes strike 1 on a slider with some nasty movement. Here comes the 0-1. Takes outside on another slider. It'll be a 1-1 count. Takes strike 2 on a slider inside. That's Spearman's bread and butter. 3 sliders on 3 straight pitches. Here comes the 4th, the 1-2. Fouled back, and the bat goes absolutely flying. That one, the bat went farther than the ball did on that one. He was swinging for the fences. Here comes the 1-2 once more. Takes strike 3 on the high and in corner. As it'll be 8-9-1 due up in the inning for the Huskies. Lepley comes up to the plate. Top of the 6th action as we fall now to 8:10 p.m. here Eastern Standard Time. Here comes the first pitch. Takes low for ball 1. Lepley catching on the day. Sitting 0 for 2 in this game. Huskies lead by 3, top of the 6th. Lepley fouls it back. It'll be once again behind quickly 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 to Lepley. Takes high and inside for ball 1. Strohecker on deck for the Huskies. It's a 2-1 count. Here comes the 2-1 to Lepley. Fouls it back. It'll be 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 6th inning. That one's crushed down the line, giving chase. It's over the head. It's going to trickle all the way down to the wall. Lepley's going to dig for 2, and he'll have a standing double. Easton Lepley. We're going to have a pinch runner, or courtesy runner, I should say. Parker Crownover is going to run for Easton Lepley. And with the top of the order coming up, this could be more danger for the Mountain Lions. Strohecker has an RBI in his last plate appearance, trying to do it again. Look to squeeze bunt, pulls back on strike 1. Crownover at second. Strohecker takes low. For ball 1. Huskies lead by 3. Trying to add on some more insurance. Takes outside. It'll be a 2-1 count. Pickoff in there safely. Close play. 2-1 count, 1 out. Huskies lead by 3, trying to add on some more. Strohecker squeezes one. That one, the netting wasn't above home plate right there. That one might have been over the lights. Saying that sarcastically, obviously. Just for clarification, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. You need somebody to get a base hit. It would be Evan Strohecker hitting around 400 on the season. Here comes the pitch. Takes low and inside. Count goes full. Strohecker hitting 1 for 2 on the day. It's around his season average for the leadoff. This will be Smearman's 31st pitch of the game. The 3-2. That one's going to be hit center field. Stroud giving chase, reels it in. Parker's going to tag up for third. The play at the bag in there safely. Lincoln Rubles coming up to the plate. Here comes the first pitch to Rubel. Takes outside. Slider. 1-0 count. Smearman loves that slider. Camera does not want to cooperate right now. There we go. Here comes the pitch. Rubel gets a hold of that center field. Strout giving chase once again. Gets under the ball for the 3rd out of the inning. Huskies leave a runner on 3rd after the 2-out double by Easton Lepley. When we return, bottom of the 6th action, can they finally get a hold of Grady Hopple live on MCTV Baseball? We welcome you back. Bottom of the 6th action. District 6 playoffs live on MCTV. Here comes the first pitch from Hopple. That's going to be fielded by the shortstop. Ammon throws over to first in time for the 1st out of the inning. Grady Hopple has been in the whole game. This will be the 77th pitch of the game for number 12. That one, 2 pitches, 2 ground outs to the shortstop. 2 pitches, 2 identical plays almost. And reality might be starting to set in for Altoona. 2, 3, 4 was due up in the order. We're through 2 and 3. It's a bigger tongue twister than you think. Here comes the first pitch. Didn't want to go down in the inning on 3 pitches. We'll take strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. Low in the dirt, blocked by Lepley. Here comes the pitch. Blocked low in the dirt. It'll be a 2-1 count. You're watching District 6 live semifinals. State College awaits the winner of this. You're watching MCTV Baseball. I'm Aiden Stevens. It's an honor to be doing this district game. That one, possibly a 3rd straight ground out. Ammon, the throw over to first, in there safely. Blocked by Smith. wasn't going to be there in time, even if Smith picked it. An infield single. Could that be what Altoona needs? Runner on first, 2 outs. Hopple's set. The pitch. Take strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 outside. It'll be a 1-1 count with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Here comes. That one's going to be hit left center field. Strohecker giving chase. It's going to get down. 1 hop. Runner's going to go from first to third. And the tying run comes up to the plate. Smearman reached on a single to short. Kraft hit one right in front of Strohecker. Runners on the corners. We're going to have a mound visit here. When we return, we're going to figure out how the 6th inning ends and the rest of the game live on MCTV Baseball. First and third, 2 outs, the biggest at-bat of Altoona's season. All relies on the bat of Eric McAllister. Pickoff attempt in there safely. First and third, 2 outs. Another pickoff. In there safely again. Here comes the first pitch, hopefully. Take strike 1. It'll be an 0-1 count to McAllister. One around for strike 2. Hopple is 1 pitch away from getting out of the jam. First and third, 2 outs, tying run at the plate. Huskies have led since the 2nd inning. Pickoff attempt in there safely, close play. Here comes the 0-2 to McAllister. Takes outside for ball 1. My chest is pounding 340-something feet away from home plate. I wonder what Grady Hopple's feeling 60 feet away. Here comes the 1-2. That one popped up, giving chase is Ahmed. It'll be out of play. And I'm not sure if that's bugs or if it's snow. I'm assuming it's bugs. Whenever the lights go on, the sun goes down, the bugs come out as well. Can't forget the whole trifecta. McAllister fighting, possibly for his team's season. Hopple on the mound. Here comes the 0-2 pitch once more. That one's going to be hit up the middle. Weaver's going to make the play. Couldn't decide. They call him out at second. And that'll end the 6th inning. Altoona cannot believe it, and that'll end the 6th inning. And Altoona is down to their final 3 outs when we return 7th inning action live on MCTV Baseball. Altoona cannot believe the call to end the 6th inning. We have one more inning scheduled of baseball. Altoona down by 3. It's going to be Smearman on the mound. Takes inside for ball 1. Jaden Smith leads off the inning. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Or 2 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Takes outside for ball 1. 2 for 2. 2 singles. Hit by pitch. Takes strike 2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Smith. Smith's going to get a hold of it. That one's going to bleed out to left field for the first out of the inning. Haig now comes up to the plate. It'll be the bottom of the order, due up for Altoona. Smearman still on the bump. As of right now, Haig comes up to the plate. Takes slow and away for ball 1. Haig 0 for 3 on the day, not his best. We've seen him play better in this season. We know what he's truly capable of, and if he can get a hold of one, watch out. Now falls behind 0-2. Here comes the 0-2. Haig takes inside for ball 1. That one's going to get smoked down the line foul. And we'll do it again. Here comes the 1-2 to Haig once more. We're going to call time. Haig steps back into the box. All of a sudden, it gets real buggy out here in the outfield. That one's going to get smoked down the line. Foul, and we'll do it once more. Said earlier in the broadcast that it is really, the Huskies are one of the best teams, if not the best team, when it comes to 2-strike approaches in all of the Commonwealth. Here comes the 1-2 to Haig. Takes high and inside for ball 2. Takes slow and away, and it'll be a walk. for Landon Haig. Gets on base for the first time today. Pitch was a little low. Now batting, Madden Weaver. Runner's going to take off for second. Squeeze attempt goes foul out of play. And we know 1 count. I personally, before this game's over, I personally would like to thank everybody that helped make this stream possible. Without you guys, the fans listening at home, Coach Hopple, everybody a part of the Booster Club, I thank you personally all for allowing this to happen. Takes strike 2. Here comes, I believe this is Ammon at the plate, actually. Just realized that. We're not in the part of the order. Runner's going to take off for second. The throw down to second. Beat him, and the ball gets away. Haig nearly goes for third. Stays at second. Runner on second. 1 out. Huskies trying to extend their lead, add as much insurance as they can. Swings through strike 3, and there will be 2 down in the top of the 7th. Now batting for the Huskies. It'll be number 23, Ty Plank. 0 for 3 on the day. The bottom and the top of the order have been what's carrying the Huskies so far. Before that, Landon Haig walked. Only 1 other player in the 4-5-6 hole has been on base today, and that was Clay Ammon reaching on I believe, a walk, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm going to flash us back here to the top of the 2nd. Ty Plank struck out on a drop third strike, reached third. Later in the inning, he scored 1 of the 2 runs in the top half of the 2nd. And that's really what has set the momentum. Pickoff, no throw. Gets a hold of this one. Deep right field. Gets under it for the 3rd out of the inning. 3 outs, 3 runs. That's the difference heading into the bottom half of the last inning for the Mountain Lions season, possibly. Grady Hopple looks to put the nail on the coffin when we return on MCTV. Three outs is all the Huskies need to have a date with the Little Lions Wednesday. Grady Hopple looking for his 2nd straight complete game shutout. He had one in Game 1 versus Cumberland Valley. Bottom of the 7th, the first pitch. Takes strike 1. And that's how we start the bottom of the 7th. 0-1 count. You'd have to go back to game 1 of that Cumberland Valley doubleheader for the Huskies to see their last win. They lost to Mechanicsburg, the second game of the doubleheader. Takes ball 3. Low and away. Here comes the 3-1 from Hopple. Fouls it off. Count goes full. Hopple's pushing his pitch count now into the 90s. You can throw 100 pitches max in a game. Here comes the 3-2 from Hopple. That one's going to get popped up. Weaver giving Chase Plank calls, or Chris Stein actually now in right field, calls for it. And that'll be the first out of the bottom of the 7th. 2 more outs all the Huskies need. Brady Hopple, I don't believe, unless he gets a 1-pitch out here, will be able to continue this game. Takes inside for strike 1. Looked like it hit him from back here. Might have been just the way he leaned in. Take strike 1. That one's going to be hit deep center field. Strohecker giving chase all the way back at the wall. It's gone. And Altoona now trails 3-1. That one rolls down here by the bleachers. And it's a 3-1 game now. Don't count the Mountain Lions out just yet. And Coach Ray Hopple is going to have to take out his son due to pitch count. And I believe they're going to be bringing in Aiden Arnold. You have to give it up for Grady Hopple. 6 1/3 inning. Allowed 1 run and a couple of hits. The Husky fans clap on the senior, possibly making his last career start as a Husky. Aiden Arnold will be on the mound for the Huskies. When we return, we'll see how this one ends live on MCTV Baseball. Arnold looking to come into relief. Altoona now has found life. Needs now 2 runs. Here comes the first pitch. Arnold throws a fastball in the dirt for ball 1. Sankey at the plate for the Mountain Lions. That's going to be low and away. It'll be a 2-0 count. Arnold usually gets better as the game goes on. We saw that in his second start against Cumberland Valley. That one will be low for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. The tying run on deck. Takes strike 1. Just got the corner of the zone. Here comes the 3-1. Takes strike 2. Sankey didn't like the call. Was about to throw his bat back to the Altoona dugout. Full count pitch to Aiden Arnold. That one's going to get popped up center field. Strohecker giving chase. And the Huskies are now 1 out away from punching their ticket with a date with the Little Lions Wednesday, my apologies. It's the top of the order due up for Altoona. (3-1) was the score of the last game that these two teams played. The away team won both. Altoona won the... This is the rubber match between these two. That's going to get away for ball 1. The 1-0 count to Albright. Takes low in the dirt, 2-0. Arnold worked his way out of the 3-0 last batter, trying to do the same here. We're pushing 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard. The 2-0. Takes strike 1 on off speed. Got the zone. And the Huskies 2 strikes away. Arnold set. Here comes the 2-1. Takes strike 2. And Altoona's down to their last strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2s across the board. Arnold, Albright, the 2-2. That one's going to get chopped. It'll get through the gap. And the tying run will be at the plate for the Mountain Lions. Down to the team's last pitch of this last strike of the season. A swing through the first and second gap. And the Mountain Lions stay alive. Another batter. Now coming up to the plate. It'll be the two hitter, sorry. The 3 hitters on deck. Takes ball outside. Tying run at the plate. 1 swing could tie this game. Here comes the 1-0. Outside 2-0 to LaRocco. LaRocco just missed a homer in the bottom of the first inning. So now I'm getting bit out here by these bugs. This is terrible. Here comes the 2-0. Low in the dirt, ball 3. Here comes the 3-0. Takes strike 1. Count goes to 3-1. Grady Hopple threw 6 1/3. Arnold got a strikeout, or a fly out to center, my apologies. Was 1 strike away with the last batter. Here comes the 3-1. That's going to be low, and the winning run's at the plate. Nick Kraft led the mid-pen with homers this season. Hopple's going to go out and have a talk with Arnold. And this game's getting spicy now, live on MCTV Baseball. They're keeping Arnold in. Kraft comes up to the plate with a chance to tie or maybe even win the game. Altoona dugout is loud. First and second, 2 outs, winning run at the plate. Takes ball high. It'll be a 1-0 count. Or sorry, this is Stroup at the plate. Not Kraft, this is Stroup. Kraft will be on deck. Takes high and away. Strohecker cannot believe the call. put his hands above his head. It'll be a 2-0 count. This is what baseball's all about. The 2-0. Takes strike. Ball 3 outside. Look to be strike 1. And one more ball. The winning run's at first base. The tying run's in scoring position. Huskies have not had this pressure. The 3-0. Walked them. Or no, it's 3-1. I don't know. The umpires' strike calls are not very noticeable. It'll be a 3-1 count. The 3-1 to Straub. Takes strike 2. Count goes full. The runners will be off. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Winning runs at first. This is what baseball's all about. The payoff pitch. That one's going to get hit into center field. They're going to send home the run from second. And it's a 1-run game, and the tying run's at third. This is what baseball's about. The Huskies have been down, or Altoona has been down to their last strike multiple times now. It's unbelievable scenes. Winning runs at first. Tying runs at third. Winning runs at first, tying runs at third. Arnold's still out there for the Huskies. Here comes the first pitch to Kraft. Takes strike 1 and a beautiful fastball from Arnold. Arnold looks, likes what he sees. The 0-1. Takes strike 2, and for the third time, the Mountain Lions are down to their final strike. This is baseball. These two teams have fought hard the whole season. It comes down to this. The 0-2. Takes outside. Lepley thought that was it. First and third, 1-2 count, 2 outs. Tying runs at third. Altoona scored both runs in the bottom of the 7th. The 1-2. Just misses the low and outside corner. It'll be 2s across the board. 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 count. Winning runs at first. Here comes the 2-2 from Arnold. He struck him out! And the Huskies have a date with the Little Lions this coming Wednesday in 6 days' times, and this will be an instant classic to remember in District 6. Aiden Arnold got him with a curveball, and that'll be one to remember for the ages. An unbelievable game here at Claysburg Kimmel High School. Huskies win it 3-2 in possibly the best game of the year. We'd like to thank you all for watching. And Wednesday, the Huskies are going to defend their championship against State College once again. I've been Aiden Stevens. This has been Mifflin County Baseball. Be safe and have a